What is going on,
it's
everyone?
Recording now?
Yeah. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Actually Good Coffee podcast, the show where we occasionally have Alyssa on because she's co-owner and she needs to be more part of
that's your first time announcing
our podcast.
Right?
Today we wanted to talk about decaf coffee because we swapped in a new origin that we're really excited about. It's a Mexican coffee and it's one of the best decafs. I think it's the best decaf that I've ever had. So we're really excited about it and we thought it'd be interesting to talk about.
Because I lived off of the decaf coffee for about, I would say, almost a year.
This episode is basically for anyone who might be a mom-to-be, is pregnant, is postpartum, struggling with coffee. So before pregnancy, what role did coffee play in your life? Really quick. Before, if anyone doesn't know, we had a baby about 7 months ago. So during that whole pregnancy, Alyssa only drank decaf coffee. And then you also drank it during the first few months, right? Where you were breastfeeding?
I guess 9 months total.
Got it. All right. So before pregnancy, what role did coffee play in your daily life?
Pretty dramatically. I would open my eyes. It's the first thing I thought of. It took priority over anything else. I got up and I made coffee. I was the regular coffee drinker, just went to Dunkin' or
Rook. Yeah.
Or I didn't really care. It was more for the flavor, whatever. But then when you started owning Maiden and we started tasting coffees and I learned more about coffee and I started drinking coffee black and doing pour over and all that, I would say I had probably 3, maybe 4 coffees a day.
Do you remember the moment you'd realize you'd have to cut back on caffeine? What went through your mind?
Yeah, it was when you did your coffee caffeine episode, because I would dabble in it here and there, but I didn't really care because I thought I'll be fine. And then when you said the statistics on how the baby could be small, I was oh shit, I have to actually take this seriously. And I was a little sad because I was doing a lot at the time.
Yeah, you also had to give up a lot of other stuff too, and coffee was the one that you didn't. So when you finally did,
well, for pregnancy.
Right. Well, that's what I mean. While you were pregnant, it's you had to sacrifice some more, and coffee was the one you wanted to hold on to.
Yeah.
How did switching to decaf change your coffee ritual? Did it feel the same, or was it an adjustment?
It was definitely a huge adjustment. I would say, again, when I was pregnant, it wasn't that bad because at first, I feel this kind of sucks.
Yeah, it does kind of suck. When nursing, did having a good decaf feel like a small win in the chaos of newborn life?
Yeah, basically that's what I was trying to say. It doesn't make you feel more caffeinated. There's no placebo effect, but the ritual of doing pour over and it tasting like real coffee, it's not watered down, that was really nice. I still sipped on it while everyone else was drinking coffee in the living room, Joanna and your mom and you, and I still felt part of it, and it still felt nice because the taste and the experience was there, just not the energy. I did not feel any more energy after. It's
kind of when you're trying to get over a cigarette addiction, and if you just do the action of putting your fingers to your mouth, apparently that helps.
Yeah.
There's a stereotype that decaf is weak or not real coffee. Did you ever get comments why even bother?
Yeah, it's kind of annoying.
How'd you respond?
I think I said something along the lines of, this still tastes like actual coffee, or I still want... I think I craved the taste.
Yeah.
That was it. It was I was actually addicted to coffee. I am addicted to coffee still. I'm still in that addiction. But just the taste of it tasted your decaf tastes really similar to your regular coffee. Just even literally, again, doing the action of the pour over and then sitting there and drinking black coffee that tastes like real coffee, that was good enough. So it helped the craving.
What's the best decaf you've had that actually surprised you? Maiden, baby.
So, no, honestly, I won't get too much into it. I'll try not to. 4 to 5 years ago, I tried to just, cut caffeine out and just do decaf because I was having heart issues, anxiety issues, and I thought that would help. And so I got, this French roast. It looked pretty good. It was organic, fair trade, all the labels, all the stuff. I didn't know much about coffee back then. I got it from, Trader Joe's or something. Disgusting. It smelled like fish. And then I got another. I would try and look for ones that looked good and high quality and said they were organic and all this stuff and were dark roasted so that it had some type of flavor. Not good.
Yeah.
Yours honestly has been one of the best. And I think it's because you roast it with as much care as you do your single origin ones.
Do you think cafes underestimate how important a good decaf is for moms? Can I answer this question, actually?
Oh, of course.
Yeah. I think that's like a huge overlooked niche of people because like we've somehow, like some of the clients that we've started working with the past couple of years, big one is Lovebird and Brick. Shout out to Audrey if she's listening to this. But Lovebird especially, I feel like this whole idea of like play cafes are gaining a lot of popularity. A lot of pregnant mothers are going to coffee shops.
Like Mommy and Me's.
Yeah,
what they're called, not play cafes.
Sorry.
Well, those are big too, but Lovebird is Mommy and Me.
I just feel like pregnant mothers in general are really flocking to cafes recently. At least I've been noticing. Mm-hmm. And I think it's a huge overlooked market that coffee shops don't focus on. And I saw that with you when you were pregnant, and that just might be, it's like some sort of bias because we're going through it every single day. So I'm just like more easily able to see that in other people and see other pregnant mothers at cafes. I don't know. I mean, that's part of the reason why I wanted to find a good decaf is because like we had been going through that process and we couldn't find any like really good decaf coffee anywhere.
Cafes don't. I feel like they just kind of buy decaf because they like have to be inclusive and have that option, but I don't think they really care. Yeah. Like no one's ever asked you, right? Like what's the origin? Like what's the decaffeination process? Like, or in tastings, do they ask to taste the decaf? Like, I don't know.
No, yeah,
they
totally. Well, no, they don't, but that's what I mean. Like I
feel like they don't, they kind of just so they could say they have it for the person that doesn't.
Well, that's even how it's even how like we marketed it too. It was like decaf is decaf. Okay. You know, you don't really need to worry about that one. But now especially we'll definitely focus on making that a priority and include like we have a decaf that tastes good.
Half calf I had trouble with. I had a couple cafes like look at me and be like, no, we don't do that. And like as a barista I understand it's like maybe a little extra to like do a half calf, but like I think that should be an option too. I don't know why. I don't know, people looked at me as if I was like making something up, and I know half calf's a thing. Yeah. So
well, half calf is tough. It depends.
You just do 2 different shots.
Oh, yeah, that's, yeah.
Do 1 shot of espresso and the same time you do a shot of decaf, and you just put like half of each in.
That's true.
It's just like 1 extra step. I did it all the time at the hotel.
Yeah, that's actually true. I didn't even think of that.
It's just them being lazy.
Yeah. How important was it to keep your coffee ritual during pregnancy and nursing, not just for the caffeine, but for the senses of routine or self-care?
So important.
You kind of answered this question already.
Basically,
so let's just go to the next
question
one.
answered it for self-care.
Did coffee shop visits still feel special, or did you feel left out when friends ordered lattes and you had to ask for decaf?
No, it still felt special. Like I got the Smoky Bear, Sun and Waves. I got that iced decaf all the time. I still felt like I was part of the Smoky Bear crew. Yeah. You know, the only time I ever felt a little disappointed was when I went and asked for, I asked for half calf, and cafe said they can't do it or they don't have it, and like I felt like arguing, being like, yes, you can do it.
They probably didn't even know that.
I worked at the hotel for like 4 months.
Did you tell them the 2-shot thing though?
No, they just said, can you do half calf by any chance? And I was like, yeah, I can make it work, and I did it. I'm
just thinking, like, from my perspective, I didn't even know what you were talking about at first, or like I was thinking blending the beans beforehand, but doing
you could do that.
Yeah, but that's hard because then you have to offer that.
At the hotel I didn't do that.
Yeah, but I think like if you actually explained to them like 1 shot of regular, 1 shot of decaf, that would actually be I think they would understand it a little bit more. Was there ever a funny or awkward moment ordering decaf while pregnant?
Awkward. When
you asked for half calf.
I asked for half calf. And you know what? I'm not going to say which, but we're at the cafe right now. That what made me the angriest. Yeah. Because she was like, oh, your baby's... I brought Isaiah. Oh, your baby's so cute. What's his name? And then we were having a moment. And then I'm like, oh, by the way, like, can I have half calf? And then she was like, we don't have that. And I just stared at her, and I wanted to be like, come on.
Well, you should have just explained to her. Well, and then she probably would have known.
Didn't seem interested.
Yeah. Looking back, what would you say to another mom-to-be who's bummed about giving up caffeine?
Try Maiden's decaf. No, seriously. I would probably, if I knew them too, I would probably just get them a free bag because... co-owner.
Hell yeah, brother.
I know, seriously, I would give them just like a taste, tell them to order it, and if for some reason they like didn't want Maidens, then I would tell them to seriously do some research and like look up can I name some other brands?
Yeah.
Like, I just looked up different good ones, and it said Onyx Coffee Lab and Countercultures is like highly rated.
No,
and
listen, they're
Onyx Coffee had multiple decaf options, like 5 or 6.
Yeah, listen, I mean, these are pretty large companies that have been doing it for longer than we have, so I would definitely trust what they have to say. But if you want to support small business, it doesn't matter.
I would say just do a little bit of research, because it's worth it to still be able to have your coffee.
Yeah, I think it's actually good to taste like multiple different decaffeinated coffees, because I mean, even for myself, like I get into points where I'm like, man, I gotta taste other people's coffee more often, because I'm just tasting mine recently, and I like need to understand what good coffee tastes like, because the whole purpose is to just offer good coffee in general, whether that comes from us or Onyx or Counterculture or any coffee. If you could design the perfect mom-friendly coffee, what would it look like?
I think, like, instead of just being like, here's another decaf, I would maybe, because a lot of people have mom brain, maybe advertise it in the light that we are, like, perfect for moms, like, on the go, like, you could still enjoy your ritual or still feel included, or community, like, something like that. That's how I would advertise it, like, and maybe I would make the label cutesy. Right,
like, don't have just such a masculine label that I feel like a lot of coffee
and it's like, here's decaf, and you're like, oh, okay.
Death blend.
Like, make you feel included somehow more.
Kill blend.
Yeah, kill the day.
But that's it. That's really all we wanted to talk about. If you guys want to try our decaf, head to maidencoffee.com.
Should we do something like, if you're listening to this episode and your mom, email you,
oh yeah,
I'm a mom, and we'll give you a discount.
Yeah, we can do that.
But
we can just send. No, that's fine.
Don't you lie.
For this next week, actually, let's do that. For the next week, if you are pregnant, if you're like a postpartum mom, if you're just a mom, just let us know. Send us a DM. You can email us too at support@maidencoffee.com, and we'll send you a bag of decaf for free. We can do that.